term in state football involved two gentlemen by the name of Peck and Sawley. Before I get comments from you, and in fact the true story, let's now have a look at the Peck-Sawley incident with Ron Casey.
And then to South Australia, where Peck, you'll see the incident that results in Peck being the first interstate player to be reported in 10 years. There it is. Not since Coleman and Fries were charged with striking each other had there been such a charge. South Australia and the Victorians on that muddy Adelaide Oval. After the match, Peck fronted the South Australian commissioners and he pleaded guilty under extreme provocation.
Well, now that's very interesting. Before we get the true story, though, shortly after that, you joined Lou Richards and Bob Davis in a panel discussion on that incident. Let's now have a listen to that, and then we'll get the true story of what happened between Messrs Peck and Sawley.
The Peck incident.
Yes.
Would you want to say something about that and tell our Melbourne viewers about it?
Well, there will be a great story blowing up about Peck, of course. He's to go before the tribunal in the morning for allegedly striking one of the players. I feel that there are a good many extenuating circumstances to help Peck. First of all, he had the ball. He was going to take the... he had the mark or a free kick, and just when he slipped over, I think someone, did something to him rather nasty.
You say kicked him in the tail?
Oh, well, I do say it might have touched him around the bottom of the spine, yes, Lou, when he got up and retaliated.
In temper, I would say, too.
Well, in frustration and in temper, yes, I'd...
say, Lou, that no matter who you are, you would. Nobody likes being kicked, and I'd say no matter who you are, you'd have to get up.
And you see the incident yourself, Bob?
We did, Lou, yes, and you just couldn't help yourself.
Oh, gee, things haven't changed. They still look after themselves, don't they? Now, let us have the true story. Was Peck on Sawley?
No, not in the first half.
Right, okay. Tell us the story.
Peck was playing full-back on Bob Hammond, who now is chairman, is he? Of
the Crows.
And Bob Hammond kept ankle-tapping Pecky during the first half.
So Bob was upsetting Peck in that first half?
To no end. Plus the fact that, we weren't exactly setting the world on fire, and Pecky wasn't kicking a bundle of goals. So
did Peck say anything about this at half-time?
At half-time, Pecky was he was over the moon. He was ravable. I've gone to Bob Davis and I said, look, why don't we give Pecky a run on the ball and get him away from Hammond for a while, and maybe get him a few kicks, and but just get him away from Hammond for a while. He said, why? And I've told him the story. I said, look, he's going to kill him. And then, well, you saw it yourself. It wasn't Hammond that gave him a little ankle tap. It was Sawley. And the funniest part was the tribunal. When you saw that the video, we decided we had to plead guilty. It was a bit hard not to, wasn't it? And
what did he get? 1 week?
1 week, yeah. We pleaded guilty. And the chairman said to me, player Skilton, he said, how would you describe what you saw? I said, Mr. Chairman, it is the best punch I've ever seen on a footy field. And we told the background of the whole thing, but no. And, unfortunately, Pecky's no longer with us, and it was a great character, Pecky.
Bobby, it's great to relive that, and thank you for joining us as a selector. You confident about Tuesday night?
Yes, I am. We've got, as I said before, a well-balanced side with a good blending of youth and kids, and I think those kids will really go out and give them a run for their money.
Let's whet your appetite with some State of Origin footy as we say farewell to Bob, and go back to May the 15th, 1984 at Football Park in South Australia. This, in fact, was the first state game under lights. At three-quarter time, South Australia was 12-5, 77. Victoria was 13-7, 85. There was a crowd of 52,719 there. It was a sellout, and some 15,000 people had been locked out.